Hello everyone, my name is Eincrou, and it has been a very long time since I've actually put up some type of gameplay footage that's really me playing a game instead of just doing some type of test. Well, I've got a 3D video for you today. It's a 60 FPS video, and due to the fact that the only way to record at 1080p 60 FPS for me right now at this point in time is the very flawed NVIDIA Shadowplay game capture. Unfortunately, this video is going to be flawed. You'll notice that at times it seems like your eyes go a little bit weird on certain objects. That is because Shadowplay does not capture with a perfect synchronization between the left and the right eye views. That is not the game. The game renders in Stereoscopic beautifully, but we'll get into that as we actually get into the game and you can see it for yourself. So to start with, Symphony is one of my favorite games to play in Stereoscopic 3D. It is absolutely gorgeous. It's beautiful. You've got a good amount of vision into the scene, and you've also got tons and tons of pop out. But it's really great kind of pop out because it's not like somebody sticking a shovel out of the monitor into your face or out of the TV into your face like some people do on YouTube. But instead, it's a bunch of tiny little particle effects coming out at you really quickly, and your eyes never feel like, oh my gosh, I need to focus on the tip of this knife that this jerk is sticking out of the screen 50 feet in front of my face. You never get that feeling, which causes your eyes to cross, and it's a very painful experience. With Symphony, you've got musical notes and particles coming out, and it just washes over you. You don't feel like, oh my gosh, I gotta focus on this to really take in what's happening with the out-of-window illusion. No. You're focused on the game world, you're focused on your ship, and you're focused on just enjoying your music library. Liberate your music, as it says. This game is a shoot 'em up, where you play through your music tracks. It dynamically adjusts the levels, or whatever you want to call them, based on the music tracks, and you've got leaderboards, so you can compare yourself to your friends or just other people who have played those songs. And it's always cool to play a song from my library and see, have other people played this track? And if they did, then yes, you can see them on the leaderboard and you can try and beat them. So let's get into this game. First of all, I made a Helix mod fix for this like a year and a half ago, which was doing one simple thing. It was just disabling the reflections on the ground. But the reflections are now able to be turned off through the in-game menu. So this is just the game with running through 3D vision, not running any type of tricks or injectors or anything. This is Symphony itself, and I would consider this to be a 3D vision ready game. Sort of. Not quite 3D vision ready because there are some problems, and we'll see that in a moment here. Okay, so let's take a look. Now this video is probably going to get some content matching stuff going on, but that's fine. I'm not trying to make money off of this. Don't think I could even if I tried. 60 FPS 3D is not something that you're really going to find too many people able to watch. Now, why on earth is my song selection not turning up anything? Am I going to have to really restart this? Okay, it's finding the songs. Alright, so you can add music folders to your library here in the game, and then it will find the songs and you can choose from them. It supports a bunch of different formats. It supports MP3, WMA, it supports FLAC, free lossless audio codec. I have a bunch of FLAC tracks. Okay, there we go. I don't know what was going on with that. But if I go back to select folders, I think it will show what kind of... Yeah, here we go. M4A, MP3, WMA, AAC, WAVE, OGG, Vorbis, OGG, FLAC, AIFF, WV, and APE. So you've got pretty much your entire library should be playable here. It should be in one of these formats, I'd say. Now, the reason I've got a big warning sign here is they're not allowed to include QuickTime, which is able to decode AAC audio. So you just, I guess, click for a free download and then you can do that. But I haven't done that because I don't have any songs in AAC format or M4A format. I just use MP3 and FLAC. All right, So I'm going to choose a song here that I actually played earlier. Actually, no, I'll choose a different one. What's a good one to play here? This is Spock's Beard. It's a progressive rock band. We'll do... I think this is a live one. Okay, it's not a live one. That's fine. We'll do this. So it scans it. It generates the level based on what's going on in the music track. And the cool thing about it is it always generates the same level based on the music. So that's how the leaderboard system works. So I haven't beaten this game. So far I've got 2 more difficulty levels to unlock. But you start at Pianissimo and then you unlock by beating bosses and completing the Symphony of Souls. So we're going to go to Mezzo Forte. Now, right here is a 3D view. And you can see it's flat looking. It's completely inside the screen. The problem with this game is that there is no 3D vision profile for it at all. So you can't do Control F7 to save your convergence settings. That way, whenever you load the game, it will be at the proper convergence. Now, you can make that work by going into something like NVIDIA Inspector, changing Symphony.exe to another game that does have a 3D vision profile, and then you can save with that profile. Oh my gosh, I didn't turn off my instant messaging. Hopefully they won't message again. But you can turn on a profile for a different game and it will save to that profile. But if you don't do that, which I haven't, it's always going to start at super low convergence and you just raise it up with Control and F6. So I've got a setup of weapons here. This game allows you to unlock weapons whenever you complete a song. You have a chance to get a random weapon. There are rare weapons and there are regular weapons. This Shotgun Furia and Crescendo Furia are both rare weapons. And you can choose up to 4 weapons. And they are upgradable as well, which costs Inspiration and Kudos. Inspiration are the musical notes that you can pick up during games. And Kudos is given to you after you complete missions. And you get a certain amount of Kudos based upon how well you perform. Now you can also change the direction that these are firing in. See how I'm able to change the double cannons trajectories? It fires forwards and backwards, so that's really cool. Useful for hitting targets behind yourself. And also you can change the fire mode. Like right now I have the Shotgun Furia to just always be firing at the maximum speed it can. But I can change that to fire only when I click the left mouse button. Or it can fire only when I click the right mouse button. Actually, that mode that I was just looking at with the red, that turns on and off auto fire. Sorry. The red one turns on and off auto fire. I don't know why you'd want to do that. Maybe there's a certain weapon where that's useful to do. And then if it's a white button here, then that means it only fires when you click. And of course there's a rest period for something that's like the Shotgun Furia. But I just leave that on all the time. Now the Crescendo Furia is a really cool one where you hold down the mouse button and it charges up and then it fires off. Like you can see it doing that right there. Like it's charging up, and then when it's full power, you can release, or you can release before it gets full power. Now, the last thing to be concerned with on this view is the ship firepower is a measure of like the firepower that you're working with based on your weapons, based on their upgrade levels. Like right now, I'm pretty overpowered for this difficulty level, so I'm getting half, a multiplier that gives me half score because this ship is just so powerful. But that's fine for me because I'm just focused on getting the highest score I can get on these levels, getting the most amount of kudos that I can get, and hopefully just progressing in the game. I'm not trying to get high scores on the leaderboards. That's what you need to be concerned with when it comes to this multiplier. Do you want to get a high score on the leaderboard? Well, you don't want your ship to be too powerful. Okay, so let's get into the game finally. Now I need to pause it so that I can adjust the convergence. This is something that I've got to do every time I start the game up because, again, like I said, it's not saved. But fortunately, you can see what the game world looks like when you're just pausing. Now, what I'm going to be doing here is trying to kill all of these enemies while building up my score multiplier See, this is why it's very useful to have a weapon that attacks behind you. Otherwise, I'd have to wait for them to come in front of me. So once you... Enemies in this game come in waves, and once you kill a wave, you get drops. You can get either a multiplier, which is that music note, gives you a bonus, or you can get things like that explosion right there, or power up on your weapons. So you can see that my weapons on my left and on my right are constantly firing. Oh, there's the invincibility. And you've also got the constant fire on the shotgun, which fires to the front. And I've also got this green beam thing that I can, missile, whatever you want to call it, that I can fire. So collecting the bonus is the biggest thing you can do to really boost your score up. And by collecting them without letting the chain decrease, allows you to keep the boost going. Or the bonus going. See how it grays out a little bit? Now I've just lost it. On the top right, that's my score, and it also shows my current chain level, which is based on the number of bonuses that I've collected without them expiring. And to get one of those icons to drop, the music icon, see, there's one right there. You have to completely kill a wave. And it's getting pretty difficult to kill entire waves at this difficulty level because they move so quickly and so erratically. It can be really difficult. Collect the bomb there. That's called Overture 1812, I believe. Those bombs. You can upgrade the bombs to do bigger explosions, to have more of them drop at a time. I have the maximum level. That's definitely the first thing you should upgrade to maximum when you start playing this game. Okay. So I'm having a really hard time collecting the bonuses. This is a really energetic song, so it's red most of the time. There are 3 different levels of intensity in the songs, and the highest one is of course red. Then there's, I believe, purplish, which is the second highest, and if it's blue, then it's the lowest intensity. You get fewer enemies popping up. Yeah, here's intensity level 2. Oh, I just went back up again. But you get fewer enemies popping up the lower your intensity. They move slower, and it's a bit easier, though it never really gets too easy. So these musical icons I'm collecting that are flush with the ground, not these ones. Just the single quarter note. Oh, I died. Bad timing. The quarter note ones, those are the inspiration, and you collect those to be able to buy weapons and to be able to upgrade your weapons. And this level is really tough. And these will also repair your ship if you take damage. Depending on where you get hit, you might lose the ability to use your weapon. Whoa, that was really moving quickly. Wasn't expecting that. If you die, you lose a bunch of points, and that's going to hurt your ability to reach the target. You can see up at the top left, there is a target score, and oh, dang it. And if you reach the target, you get a bonus of kudos. This is a really difficult level, seriously. Even though I'm overpowered, these things aren't going down easily, and they're constantly firing out these beams, where if the beam, or the blaster, photon cannon blast, whatever you want to call it, and if they hit you directly, it's a one-hit kill, so it's really important to evade those. Got a 3-chain, 4-chain. The strategy to keeping your chain up is to not get a one of those bonuses until you're about to run out of your chain. So you hold off on it until either the chain is about to run out, or until the bonus is about to disappear. They don't last forever. Okay, so we got 30 more seconds left in this song. I might be able to hit this next target. I doubt it's the top level target, but we'll try. Really could use a bomb right now. Okay, invincible's good. But if you get invincible, you can just run into enemies and they instantly die. Okay, so I did manage to get all the targets. surprising because I died like 4 or 5 times. So that's it. So hopefully Shadowplay isn't ruining this experience for you. This is a game that really benefits from being played in stereoscopic 3D at 60 frames per second because you got a lot of quick motion. But unfortunately, Shadowplay doesn't deal with quick motion too well because of that sync issue. The faster the motion, the more out of sync the frames for your left and the right eye will appear. So that's pretty awesome. We got the Scattershot Fury, a rare weapon. That's super rare, actually. You don't get these rare weapons very often. 1 out of every 20 games, maybe. Super rare. So this is one that I actually don't have, so I will definitely be purchasing that. So here's the score screen. I did get the top target, the 4-star target. And for this difficulty, I am the first person to ever play this particular song. See if anyone's played it on other songs. And it's based on the song title, so somebody might not have this exact song title. I don't know. Okay. So we'll do one more song after we purchase this. It's going to cost me 105 inspiration. I have almost 500,000, so I can afford that easily. Doesn't cost any kudos. Kudos is pretty much exclusively for just upgrades. Nice. So I can upgrade it again by spending 105 inspiration and a pitiful amount of kudos, so why not? And you can see the amount of damage it's going to do. It's 675 at power level 2. We'll upgrade it one more time. 1,000 damage, pretty big upgrade. And you can also see the power visualized in terms of the color. Now this is popping way out of the screen, and you probably can't resolve this properly with. I certainly can't. I have to go full cross-eye to be able to focus in on this. But yeah, don't try that. I don't recommend trying that. Unfortunately, this is just the nature of the game world Convergence requiring something different than the menu's requirements. So I've got, I'm just about 500 inspiration off from being able to upgrade this. That's a shame. Alright, so let's find something else to play. This is probably gonna get me content ID matches, but whatever. Alright, what do I want to do here? Let's do some Pagan's Mind. We'll stick with the progressive music. That's my favorite genre of stuff. Oh, here's the Scattershot Cannon regular, which as you can see costs quite a bit less than the rare version. So what's a good one to do here? One that's not too long, because they do have some long songs. I think we'll do, yeah, God's Equation is too long. Intermission is too short, I think. That's like a 12-minute song. We won't be doing that. Let's see. We'll do this one, United Alliance. I like this one. We'll do it on moderately strong. Our target for this one is 81,000 inspiration. So I can change one of these weapons to the Scattershot. And I think I will. Let's go with 3 rare weapons for this. So Scattershot Furia. And it's going to be firing towards that direction. That's fine. And it's firing infinitely. So let's go. Yep, they're firing their photon torpedoes at me. Hopefully I can clear this wave. Yeah, I did. Want to get off to a good start while it's still light. It's blue right now, which means it's not very intense. But this song does get a bit intense. So I'm invincible. I can just run into enemies to kill them. Invincibility is also something that you can upgrade, and I've upgraded that to maximum. And for each difficulty level, you get more enemies, you get faster enemies, and you get different enemy types. So the game really does ramp up in difficulty as you start playing at higher levels. So this song is pretty mellow for the intro and the verse. But I expect it to go into at least purple for the chorus. Might even go purple right now. Yep, we're in purple. Man, this game is just so beautiful to play in 3D. It's a beautiful game in 2D as well, but... One of the concerns with 3D is that, unfortunately, the reflections that would show on the bottom of the level beneath me, that's a well-timed invincibility, I was in trouble there. The reflections that would appear would double all of the stuff on the screen, so it's really freaking confusing to see what's actually an enemy and what's not. Just overload of colors and stuff. I'm doing pretty well keeping my chain up. See if I can maintain it. Oh no! Sometimes you can get hit like that from point-blank range, and it's really hard to avoid, if not impossible. So I lost my chain by dying there. Sadly, you lose your chain when that happens. But I do have enough power-ups that now my charge shot is actually changed its graphic to be like 2 missiles going out. Super cool the way your visuals change on your weapons. Just blow that up. Those don't last forever either, so you gotta use them before they blink out of existence. Whoa, whoa, I'm losing control, I'm losing control. Damn it. Yeah. And these enemies here will screw with your music. So you want to kill them if you want to be able to listen to your music properly. So I've been dying, but I'm still doing pretty well. I should be able to get the last target in the next 2 minutes and 15 seconds. Invincibility again. You gotta be really careful with these big ones, like this one on the right and the one on the left there. Because when they blow up like that, if you're in the crossfire, or if you're in the explosion, you will die. It's an instant kill, instant death. They're firing so many of these torpedoes, it's really tough. But I'm getting lots of invincibilities. Guitar solo, go. Waiting for this block thing to come into existence so I can blow it up. There we go. Managed to keep my chain up as well. I was wondering if I'd lose it. It is kind of difficult to see the chain up in the corner of the screen when you're trying to pay attention to what's happening in the game world, which you definitely need to be doing if you don't want to die. I mean, just look at how crazy this is. You got torpedoes, you got enemies blinking in from the sides. The cool thing about it is you can actually see the enemies before they actually come into the game world on the side of the screen. So when it's a slow... oh, crap. When it's a slower section, you can actually predict, you know, when their enemies are going to be coming in and where they're coming from and where you need to be positioned to be able to take them out as quickly as possible. Alright. Kill this block thing. I don't know what those guys are called. I don't know what any of these things are called. I think the algorithm for the music does a really, really good job of detecting what's going on in the song. And it's pretty fair as well. If you have a song that's just mellow from start to finish, it will take into account that, yeah, there's not really... crap. Died as soon as I got a power-up. It will take into account the fact that the song is slow by giving you intense sections relative to that song. So, yeah, there we go. Another game completed. All targets reached. Rocket pack, I don't have that. Actually, yes I do, never mind. I do have the rocket pack. So I died 4 times. You lose 2,500 points each death. So I'm the first person to play this song. Yeah, so let me know what you think of this video. To watch it at 60 frames per second, let me know if you see a bunch of anomalies with the 3D, if it seems like things are out of place. That's probably because of the synchronization issue with Shadowplay. I've put in a bug report on the NVIDIA forums, both on the 3D Vision forums and on the GeForce Experience forums, which is where you post Shadowplay issues. And I got basically very little response from anybody with my bug report. So sadly, this issue probably will not be fixed anytime soon. It's apparently not bothering anybody, and I doubt there are many people recording with Shadowplay 3D footage. So yeah, this is going to be something we're dealing with for a long time, I fear. But let me know how this video looked to you, and I will probably try to do some more 60 frames per second videos, but you know, Shadowplay is really a problem, but it's the only way to do it right now, so we'll see. So my name is Eincrou. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.